What is going on, everybody?
Hello, hello.
Turn those down a little bit. I've got this set up for like one person, but I get Shannon every now and then.
Every now and then.
So how are you doing, my dear?
Little headache.
Little headache?
Mm-hmm.
Big headache?
Yeah, big headache.
Like I'm your headache?
No.
No.
Different headache. Headache from last night. Headache that hasn't gone away.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So, well, I got a couple of videos, like always,
Okay.
that I want you to, your opinion, and I have very strong opinions on many of these too.
Okay.
But as always, I want to talk about these things.
Let's do it.
Of course, before we open up where people can call in from Instagram, people can actually call in. You guys can call in on Instagram in a little bit. We'll open that up where people can call in and ask us questions, ask me questions mainly because you're going to bed.
I am going to bed.
I'm going to be here for, as long as I need to be.
Yes.
Could be a couple hours, could be 10 minutes, could be not at all. Who knows? We'll see.
Right.
But, yeah, so we got a couple of things going on, and let me pull this up and get it ready, and we should be good. Let me turn that volume up, and here we go. Here's the first one.
Okay.
Why did no one tell me that men just don't get told nice things, apparently? Today I told my boyfriend, hey, you're deserving of love. And he cried so hard he got a nosebleed on my new dress. I'm not mad about the dress. I'm not mad about that at all. I'm mad about the fact that in his 18 years of life, no one, not a single person has told this man that he's deserving of love? Are you fucking shitting me? Why did no one tell me that men...
So, men don't hear nice things.
No, they don't.
Oh, you agree with this lady?
Well, it's because men. Okay, where I work, I have quite a few.
I guess everybody's joining the podcast today.
I have quite a few physician assistants and doctors that I work with, and they say that it is very likely and very less often than none that they get complimented.
So,
which is horrible.
Okay, so what I've noticed. Now, I think we're different parents than most. And I think my parents raised me differently than my dad was, his siblings are raised.
Right.
Just recently, my mom died.
Right.
Back June 22nd. Well, the funeral was June 22nd.
Right.
Now, and so I lost my mom.
Right.
That's a sucky thing. You lost your mom 10 years ago?
Roughly, yeah, 10, 11 years ago.
And so losing a parent is a sucky thing. I mean, I can tell you I still struggle with it daily with myself. I mean, I don't cry.
Doesn't get easier.
It gets a little bit better, but it doesn't get But that being said, so my dad, his relationship with his mom was different. I think, there was a different generation. Mm-hmm. Now, from what I've noticed, and I'll backtrack a little bit. When it came to, wow, that was Southern. That comes right out. When it comes to compliments from your parents, most of the time, those disappear roughly in your teenage years.
Right.
When you're a kid, you're always your parent, your mom's your biggest person who always tells you how awesome you are.
Right.
Your mom's always my mom for myself, my mom was my first best friend.
Right.
And I know that may sound weird. People are like, well, you're a mama's boy. Yes, I'm proud to be a mama's boy because mama's boys know how to treat ladies. Do they not?
They do.
Do I not open up the door for you?
You do.
Do I? When we walk down the street and we're on the sidewalk, where am I versus where are you?
You're on the roadside.
I'm on the roadside. Why am I on the roadside?
Because you're going to be the first one to get hit.
That's literally what it comes down to. But those compliments, they disappear.
Yes.
And so men, they don't get those compliments anymore. They don't. I mean, it's the simple things. I mean, I think when it comes to you and our marriage, do I get compliments?
You do.
Do I?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Absolutely, I do.
I'm like, of course you do.
Well, and the thing is you gotta have the compliments. If you're not getting compliments, so okay, what are three things that men need? I'm bouncing around, but it's all the same subject here. But what are three things that men really need?
Reassurance.
Okay, communication.
You're right. Okay, communication. Sex.
Sex, absolutely.
And
a full belly.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Well, I don't know. I was thinking, I'm like, what's the other one? But yeah, I mean,
Well, and honestly, men are that simple. They're that simple creatures.
Right.
So if we're talked, if our spouses or our girlfriends talk to us
Mm-hmm.
and tell us stuff, they will act. We will we'll do anything for them.
right,
And for the most part, men will do anything for a woman anyway.
right,
Doesn't matter who it is. They'll open up the door. They'll do all that stuff. But when it comes to a compliment, this young lady saying her boyfriend, started crying and got so cried so hard he had a nosebleed.
which is sad. Like, how hard do you have to be crying to get a nosebleed?
So why do you think that it is that men aren't getting these compliments?
I just think women think that men are tough, and they are, but they also need to be told that, hey, it's okay to not be tough.
Well,
and women are like, no, you're supposed to be the tough person in this family. You're not supposed to show emotion. You're not supposed to.
I think toughness is part of it, but I also think that people think that, okay. So I'm going to play a victim here for a second,
Okay.
and I never play the victim.
Okay.
You know that. But men have been picked on for years.
Yeah.
Toxic masculinity. That's not a thing, by the
Right.
way. No one. If you believe in toxic masculinity, you are the problem.
Mm-hmm.
There's toxic people
Everywhere.
everywhere, and that goes both femininity and masculinity. There's toxic people. Now, true femininity is not toxic.
No.
True masculinity is not toxic. I think that it's because there's such a huge push to downgrade men. I mean, look at the advertisements you see on TV. They always show, like on the TV shows. They typically show men that are just kind of bumbling idiots.
Yeah, you're right. Like,
They don't.
they
portray
all look like buffoons.
You either are you're either one or two things. You're the John Wick or
Yeah.
you're a bumbling idiot. You
Yeah.
can't be in between.
Right.
And I think majority of the men out there are actually in between. And men do have feelings, but they don't. Well, I think another problem when men that part of the problem is men don't express their feelings because, especially to women in general, or they show it in cases because it's been used against them for years.
Right.
So men will get into a relationship, and then they'll show vulnerability, and then what happens? The
woman's like, what is your problem?
she uses that vulnerability
Yeah,
against
like,
him.
can you believe so and so?
I mean, have I cried before?
Yeah.
Have you seen me cry?
Yeah.
You see me cry a lot lately.
Yeah.
Well, not a lot, but you see me cry. I mean, I took a 20-something hour drive back to Georgia to help bury my mom,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm
Literally.
literally buried. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So again, I mean, I don't know. I hate the fact that we have a society and we don't compliment men. When was the last time women give men a gift? Like, men get flowers for women.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some men do. Some men buy their wives shoes.
Oh, here's the thing. Okay, so we have a mutual friend who's a plastic surgeon, who is newly married. Well, about a year now and everything, because they had a secret wedding, but whatever. But I thought it was so sweet because his wife yesterday bought him flowers, and they were in his office. Oh no, it was Friday. So he posted on Instagram, "My wife brought me flowers," and I was like, "Oh, look how sweet this is." And so many of the girls in my office, who are very young actually, were like, "Why did she buy him flowers?"
Why not?
And that's exactly what I said. It's like, why not? Men deserve flowers too.
I think flowers are pretty. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, of course, people are like, well, you're not masculine if you think you should get flowers. I'm not that it's something like my top 100 things that I would want to have.
Right, but
But if someone gave the effort and bought me flowers,
like, they were legit his. They were not at their house, so she can enjoy them. It was strictly in his office at work.
I think that's amazing.
Yeah. It wasn't for display for anybody else. It
was
wasn't
his.
in their kitchen. It wasn't in their bedroom.
It was his.
It was his.
But I think that's part of the thing. I think it's time for women to start expressing their love, their infatuation, their
Kind of like this cat. What is her deal right now?
Their obsession with men.
Yes.
Because I think it's like I saw this video earlier. It was about the dating game
Mm-hmm.
and how it was that lady. Remember that? I wish I should probably pull up the video, but I won't. But this girl was talking about how she understands how it feels to be a man right now because she went on this date and with this girl. And
Oh yeah, so she's dating a girl, and this girl said, "Hey, you want to go on a date?" She said, "Sure." So they met at this restaurant, and the bill came, and the chick was like, "Whatever," and so the other girl's like, "She invited me on this date, and here I am forking out for the date.
Well,
Why should I have to fork it out?" And then she's like, "I understand. My best friend, who's a guy, is like, I don't understand why men have to pay for the date all the time when it takes." She's like, "Well, it took me an hour and a half to get ready."
Well, women think that that's their contribution to
Yeah.
the date is
Like,
just looking
I got
good.
ready to look good for you. You should pay for me.
For the most part, if you look good or not, I'm still going to take you on a date.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what.
And
it comes
I
down to.
agree with what you said earlier. First dates should be going Dutch. I pay for you.
I think it
You
should
pay
be
for yourself, and I pay for myself.
I think it should be
thing.
100% assumed on a first date that it's going to be Dutch.
Yeah.
You order what you want, but if the date goes well and I like you,
Then the next date, hey,
then, well, no, not even
pick
that.
up the check.
If I like you, and I see you reaching for your wallet,
I'll be like,
I'll say no.
I got it.
I've got it.
Yeah.
And I think that should be the same thing with women.
Right.
I think women should do the same thing for men. Like, you know what?
Right.
Hey, I got this. I got
Right.
this. So I mean, it's,
Like lately, you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go with this." I was like, "No, I'll get it for you." You know, I mean, even though we're married, you didn't have to open up your wallet. I opened up my wallet.
Well,
and, I'm like,
I mean, your money is my money is your money.
Right.
But the reality is, it's kind of cool when we're on a date and we date. We try to go on a date at least once a week.
Mm-hmm.
And if any of you guys out there are not dating your wives or your girlfriends at least once a week, you're doing something wrong.
right.
But
Even if you're window shopping.
that's a date.
Yeah.
We've
Like,
done-
like you don't have to spend money is what I'm saying.
We've done grocery shopping. That's been our date
Yeah.
nights. So, but yeah, I mean, it's nice to have someone else offer. So,
Right.
anyway, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think we should do that. I think that's something that needs to be done.
Yeah.
So, anyway, well, let me get you the second one. This is something that I find very interesting. I'll play this one for you real quick.
Yesterday, my husband asked me if I wanted to go to Walmart, and I said, "No, honey, I'm so tired, I just want to relax today." And he kind of put his head down and said, "Well, all right, well, I'll see you when I get back, and I love you." I waited a good 10 minutes, and I know dang well he just wanted to be with me. And I called him, and I said, "Honey, I think I do need something from Walmart," knowing I didn't. I said, "How far are you?" And he said, "Only about 10 minutes. You want me to pick you back up?" And I said, "Please do." And I walked outside, and I stood in the driveway waiting on my husband to come and get me, just like we did when we first got together. And seeing that smile on his face, I knew I'd made the right call, literally. See, with my husband, it's about quality time. And although I get exhausted from day to day, I know my husband needs that from me. And I don't ever want to miss an opportunity going to Walmart with him, even if it's just to Walmart, because one day I'm going to miss that. You know? It's about communication and listening about what the other person needs from you. And he needed me yesterday, and I had to give myself to him. That's my marriage for you. Yes.
I love that lady.
Yeah.
Um,
She's good.
She's a
She's
spit-
funny.
she's a
She's
spitfire.
sweet.
She will tell you how it is, and that's them Southern women though. Southern women know how to handle it.
Yeah.
But is she wrong?
No.
Okay, why?
She's not wrong, because maybe her husband wasn't like the video what you told me about the other day. She said, "Do you want to get outside with me?" He's like, "No."
Hold on, I got that one's to come.
Oh, you're doing that
Yeah,
one
I'm
too.
gonna-
No, so I agree that it was a good call for her to call her husband back up and say, "You know what? Yes, I do need some." Even though she didn't, she knew her husband wanted to spend time with her. Sometimes you're like the other day, I was like, "Oh, Elizabeth and I are gonna go tanning," and you're like, "Oh no, I'll go tanning with you because I have to go do this, so I'll take you tanning."
I don't tan.
Right, you don't
It's
tan,
it's
but
very obvious that I don't tan.
right, but you were like, "No, I'll take you," and I figured, okay, I'm not going to argue with that because maybe you want to spend time with me, because the kids have been around. I've been at work. You had just gotten home, and everything. So I was like, "Yep, okay, Elizabeth can go, and you can take me and whatever." So yeah, I didn't argue with her. Like, no, Elizabeth and I are going.
I enjoy spending time with you. I've always enjoyed
Right.
spending time with you. I mean, if you look at our Instagram, it's
Mm-hmm.
literally riddled with videos and photos of you and I and the kids and you and I, and
Right.
mainly you and I. But when it comes to spending time, I mean, again, that goes back to that original thing. It's about time. It's about spending that time. It's about that quality time. It's about being with each other.
Well, it's kind of like take your dad for instance. Like, he misses like going into the kitchen, seeing your mom and they're doing something. And
Living in that house in the middle of nowhere in Alabama is I would say, is probably killing
because
him.
Going to the Walmart where they live is lonely because that's where they would go.
Everything he did was
with her.
He told me that he feels like he has no purpose.
Yeah, because everything was with her.
Right, and they were married. Well, yesterday would have been their 65th wedding anniversary.
Yeah,
they missed They were 64 and almost 65 years. They were married. They've known each other.
We'll just round up, say 65.
Well, I always say 65. But my parents, they've known each other
since she was 13.
Yeah,
married at 16.
Yeah, my mom was 60 when they got married. My dad was 19.
Yeah.
She was 13 when they met, and went from 13 to 16 when my dad was 16. So yeah, I mean they've known each other forever.
Yeah.
Hello, Elizabeth. I see that you got you a Dr. Pepper. Sure did. But yeah, I mean, it's a time thing, and and again, I'll go ahead and play this video. This is what you were alluding to. It's this one.
You want to eat dinner out here with me?
I do not know,
Okay.
but I will.
But you say you didn't want to.
Yeah, but when you ask me what I want, I'm going to give you an honest answer. It doesn't mean I'm not willing to prioritize you over my own wants and desires. But if you ask me a question, I'm going to give you my honest answer. So no, it's cold. My toesies are cold. I don't want to eat supper out here. But you do, so I will go put on a warm pair of socks. I will warm up some soup for us, and we will sit here and we will watch the sunset, and we will be in love.
You want to eat.
Because he wants to make her happy.
Well, and
he's going to be miserable doing it.
Well, the thing is, he loves her enough that he was like, you know what? I want to do this for you. Mm-hmm. I want to be here with you. I want to be part of you because you want to do this and you want me to do this. I'm willing to do this.
Right.
These are the things that I think should go to both ways in a marriage, in a relationship. I did a video earlier this week. It was a clip from a podcast, but it was a video that was it was simple. It was it's not your job to tell them what to do. Tell them what to do.
Right.
Meaning it's not my job to tell you what to do.
Right.
It's not your job to tell me what to do.
Right.
We're partners in this. This is our thing together.
Right.
Because you're not my mom.
No.
The day that I stopped having a mother, meaning being raised by my parents, I was 19 when I was the last. Technically, the last I was at home.
Yeah.
I moved out at 19.
Yeah.
Served a 2-year mission for my church.
I moved out at 18.
And then I moved into my own house later on. Got married and all this crazy stuff. Yeah. I mean, the reality is I have a mom.
Right.
It's not your responsibility to tell me what to do. And if you're in a relationship, if you can't honor that, you can't honor the fact that a person is your ride or die. They're your they're your partners in crime. Mm-hmm. Then why are you with that person?
Yeah.
You set up boundaries. This is what I expect. I mean, this is stuff. These are conversations that people should have in the beginning. This is what I expect from a relationship. This is what I expect from you. And honestly, if people can't handle that straightforward conversation, they don't need to be in a relationship.
Right.
I don't know. That's my opinion. It's pretty simple in my book.
Well, it is simple.
As I've said before, I mean, when we've had children that have had breakups, and I remember with our oldest daughter, she broke up with this young man broke up with her, and she was sad, and you were like, I don't know what to do. She's crying the whole time, and I went up to a bedroom and I grabbed her and I said, let's go on a walk. Mm-hmm. So we went walking around the neighborhood and we found a nice little bench in front of the temple actually, and we sat down and we were talking, and I said, tell me all about it. And she told me all about it. How much she really liked this young man. How much all these different things, right? And then I said, but he broke up with you. She was, yeah. I said, then why do you want to be with him? Mm-hmm. And her reply is, but I really like him. I think
Right.
I love him. I'm like, okay, but he doesn't want to be with you. So you can't force that.
Right.
Why do you want to be with someone who doesn't want to be with you? If they don't see your value, then you don't need them at all. They're not worth your time.
Right.
You only need to be with people who see your value. So go back to the beginning of, men have a value and they need to hear good things, just like women need to hear good things. And I think women, and I don't know if women get tired of being told they're pretty, but I think that men need to learn to compliment women differently too.
Right.
I don't know if I tell you, hey, look, you look beautiful today, if you actually believe me that that's a real compliment.
I believe you.
But I do. I mean, when I say you, you're one of the few women that does not wear a lot of makeup, actually hardly any makeup. And the fact that you look like you do is simply amazing.
Thanks.
I mean, you age like fine wine. Me, on the other hand, I'm aging like a horrible cheese. But cheese and wine go together, so it works.
That's
right?
true.
No.
I'm just kidding.
What are you kidding about? You don't think we go good together?
I know.
Wait a second. I'm confused here.
You said I'm aging like cheese, and I said it's true.
Oh.
And then I said,
You like cheese, though.
I love cheese.
Then you like my cheesy jokes all the time.
Yes.
No, you don't really.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Depends on
The
your mood.
paranormal one is great.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Anyway. Well, I just wanted to touch on that for a little bit and talk about those few things tonight. We are going to open up where people can call in.
That's my cue that I'm going to
You're,
bed.
you're like, I'm getting out of here.
I am.
But before that happens, I'm going to jump off here for a second, swap some things around, and I'll be right back after all of this, I guess, whatever. Give me just a minute. All right, I am back. Just me, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Shannon had to go to bed. She's got things to do tomorrow. So I'm trying to get this whole thing figured out. So those of you guys that don't know, I'm actually now live on Instagram. I am trying to see who all wants to go live these days and talk about questions. You don't even have to say your name. I'll see you who it is, but that doesn't matter. No one else will see it. But we're just trying to get some answer questions, see what people have to say, talk about relationships, talk about life, talk about sex, talk about literally anything a person wants to talk about. I am perfectly cool with that. It does not bother me. I have the ability to get things going on every angle that you can do. So if you want to go live and you want to be part of the the show here, even if you just want to say hi, come on. I will hit send the request on over to go live over here on Instagram. I'll add you. If you don't want to go live and you want to just call in, you can actually go to the question area, not question, but the area where it says to send a message and call me. You can call me and we can go live on that as well. But just want to talk about things, talk about anything a person wants to talk about, discuss literally anything. With the things that Shannon and I just talked about, for this particular episode is, we just talked about how men need to be told nice things, okay, more than they currently do. So that being said, what's something nice that you prefer your spouse to be told, or you prefer your spouse to tell you? So who knows? That's I want to know. So if you want to, again, anybody wants to jump in here and go live, go to Instagram. If you're watching from Rumble or Facebook or whatever, jump on Instagram and give us a call or jump in and go live. I'm cool with that. So I don't want to sit here all night and talking to myself, which I can do. There are many things I can discuss. There's a lot of information, a lot of relationship information I can give. One thing I cannot talk about is my current involvement with the Beast games. Obviously you guys have probably heard a little bit about that. I cannot tell you what I did. I cannot tell you what's going on. I do have an NDA, and that NDA does restrict some of the stuff I can talk about. I can say I was on it. That's about it. Other than that, that's all I can do. But that is to come. We will have those discussions. Most likely what it looks like will be in December. So we'll talk about all that in December. But until then, it's just me and a microphone and Shannon occasionally discussing life, marriage, relationships, raising kids, anything and everything. So that's it. That's my spill. That's what I'm going to talk about. That's what we're going to do. So, but my question is, with all the people that are live online right now, who wants to talk? There are many of us that can do this, and we should do this, but we need to, let's just have a conversation. What kind of conversation should we have? So that all being said, let me go jump over to YouTube, see if there's anybody over here that wants to talk. We will have those discussions. And let's mute that because no one wants to hear me talking to me. Anyway, hello, come on over here. Ask to join live. Let's talk. Let's get to know. Let's talk about things. I don't care. Anyway, how about you? Let's get you on here. Someone's got to have some question in mind. Random business. It doesn't matter. Literally can be anything. I'm not going to beg all night, but we want to talk about whatever we want to talk about. All right, let me go over here. Let me switch platforms over here. But if you are on Instagram and you're watching, let's talk about something. Let's jump on a live or call me. So what we got? Let me check Rumble, because Rumble is doing good stuff too these days. I don't know if you guys have know much about Rumble, but Rumble's a pretty cool app. You can go check. It's kind of like YouTube without the major restrictions, and they don't censor people as bad. So there's that. But yeah, that we do a good bit over there. We drop a lot of information, a lot of podcasts, a lot of videos on there as well. So, all right. Let me pull up this. 1 second. Let me get this figured out. Samson Fuller has joined. Come on, Samson. You want to join me? Let's talk about stuff. Danny Johnson, you joined. Let's talk about stuff. Come on. Request to be part of the show. Let's go live. I'll talk about anything. Most anything. No, I'll talk about anything. Boom, let's do it. Did it work? It did not work. Why did it not work? Come I pushed the wrong. My fat fingers. Do it again. Request to be on here again. My bad. Darn fat fingers on this little phone. I need to upgrade. What I need to do is get this all transferred over to the my computer to do it from there. There it is. Accept. Big fat fingers. What is wrong with this thing? What?
Yo, what's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
No, just living life.
Hey, I'm just in the car and on my way to the gym.
Oh, nice. What,
I saw your live, so I was like,
yeah, I figured go live. Just trying this whole thing out with the, we've got to deal with a couple companies that they want us to do a live show, and the hard part is getting it going and getting people to call in and discuss anything they want to discuss. But so how's the gym going to treat you?
good, pretty chilling. Yeah, I mean, I go almost every day. So like say 5-6 days a week generally.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So
So I enjoy it. Kind of just blow off steam,
what kind of what's today's gym day going to be? Are we doing legs?
I'm hitting arms. I'm pretty sure.
Hitting
I'm hitting arms or maybe some shoulders.
Arms and shoulders.
Because my shoulders are lacking. They're lacking.
Well, that's that's pretty much my entire body at this point.
Yeah. When did you get? Remind me. When did you get back? We're from Canada.
So I got back. Oh, what day was that? Hold on, let me pull up a calendar. Honestly, it's been such a blur. I was taking. So I was in top 100 and.
Okay.
And,
oh, really? Shoo.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think if, based off of the numbers, so what I was told, they said as fast as my group with the last thing that we did, obviously I can't talk too much about it because of the NDA, but
yeah,
that'll be covered in a later podcast actually, but that'll all be they said I was around like between in the 70s, like 78 based off of the number of people that went out. So, then they went to like, 'cause it was top 60 that went to their little thing.
to Panama.
Yeah. I think it was Panama.
Okay. Oh,
Something like
if
that.
I'm allowed to say that.
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
No one knows. No one. I doubt they're going to listen to this. If they do, then we'll just bleep it out. Whatever.
If they do, we're hecked. It's fine.
All right. Let's see. So I got home. Dude, how long has it been? What is today? Today is the 9th.
I was so frustrated the way I got out. I got out. I second guessed myself. That's why I got out. I didn't stick to my guns, and I second guessed myself. But it is what it is,
Yeah.
It was a good time while it lasted.
Well, and that's the hard part.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just so frustrating. I mean, I there's got to be, yeah. I want to talk about that.
Anyway.
But I can't.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like I want to go into detail, but
Well,
nah.
this is building up for the podcast coming up. So obviously,
Okay.
you got to be on the podcast. We'll talk about all that. So when did
All
you,
right, bet.
when did you get out? I've been home for like two and a half weeks, I think now.
I've been out. So I've been home for probably around the same time because I think they got down to the top 100, like maybe one activity. We were all in the same activity, right? And so then we were all split up. And then when everybody got their turn to go, if you know what I'm talking about, then they were down to the top 100.
Right.
So I got out during that. Which was okay. So I got out at the second day of, or the second, not the second day of filming, but the second. Hang on a sec. Lights off. Yellow John, I think. I got out. Yeah. So I think we were in the top 460. So right after that is when they got to the top 100.
Okay.
So I think I got out maybe like a day before you, maybe a day and a half, 2 days before you.
Okay. Yeah.
Because we were all still in Canada.
Yeah. And I came back from Canada, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, man, Is it weird, the dynamic to be back home for you?
It's chilling. I don't know. It's kind of
I've had some
the
struggles.
same.
I've had some struggles. I'll tell you that. Well, I mean, so my wife is very self-sufficient. My wife
Okay.
I had to figure out how to insert myself back into normal life with my family, because literally everything was covered. Everything was done. Everything, all the chores were getting done. I'm like, oh crap, where do I fit in? And, I do this for a living. So it's like, okay, how do I insert myself back into family life when they've got it all covered? They don't need me.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it was. I don't know, because I already had planned. I literally just got home. I mean, I took maybe a couple days off from going back to work,
okay.
and then I just told my boss, I'm like, hey, I'm back, and then I just went to work. I
Okay.
just went back to work.
Well,
Because I'd already set that whole time out to have set.
Yeah.
But
oh, did I lose you? Froze, disappeared. Maybe oh, there we go, buffering. Will we get you back?
one second, I'm just trying to
there
do
you go.
something real.
Now you're back. You disappeared for a second.
All right, there we go. I'm back. My bad.
You're good.
I had to get into the gym. But yeah, so no, I don't know. I just got back home and then took a couple days, let my boss know, then just got back in.
What do you do for a living?
Got back to it, I guess. I work at T-Mobile.
Oh,
for now.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, yeah, I work at T-Mobile. So if y'all need home internet or something,
Oh, I mean, our
hit me
internet,
up, I guess.
our internet right now. I mean, when I move back to Tennessee here in next year, then I don't know where we'll be out in the middle of nowhere. So I doubt we'll be able to have hardly any service. I'll probably have to use Starlink to do that. I don't know.
I mean, Starlink is supposedly gonna get together with T-Mobile.
Well,
That's what the talk is.
if that's the case, then that'd be a good thing. That'll make things a lot better.
But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Besides that, I think my brother, because you know that me and my brother were both in at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
And we got out the same. We were on the same team and everything when we got out. So he's probably here right now, but I think he had the same. He still just went back to work the next day.
Yeah.
So for the most part, because we're not married, we don't have family or anything, and we both live alone. We're just chilling. I mean, the only thing that it costs.
It's just back to normal life for you guys. You have
back to normal life. Yeah.
Mine was just the biggest dynamic of just figuring out how to insert myself back in with my family. I mean, because again, when you raise independent daughters and you raise independent boys and your wife's independent but it's they didn't ignore me. It's just where do I fit in? And that was the hardest part for me, was just okay, where do I fit in? What do I need to do? But yeah. It's all good though. It's all good. But life is good. I mean, I've been consuming content like crazy, because it's okay, where do I? Because that's how I come up with ideas of what we talk about, and between TikTok to the YouTube reels and all the everything from I watch and read everything, and so it's oh crap, and then figuring out where we politics. Oh my gosh, that's a nightmare to talk about anyway. But it's just what do I do?
Well, I saw your thing, your response that you just did on that one lady who I didn't watch it. I haven't watched it yet, but I saw it just passing.
Oh,
on Instagram.
Rosanna Pacino.
That response. Yeah, the lady that was talking about the supposed truths about the beast game.
I love her, but I don't love her. I mean, I think she's trying. My personal opinion, which this is obviously going to be another podcast. I think she's going after trying to reestablish her 15 minutes of fame. And don't get me wrong, she is very wealthy. She's made a crap ton of money off YouTube, but she has a personal vendetta against Jimmy. Now, that being said, could things have been better? Probably. But could things have been worse? Yeah. But on the other side, they told us everything that was going to go down was going to go down. And it's no one believes. Yeah. So I'm going to give a preface to this, and I shouldn't say too much. But when I walked into Vegas and I was in the hotel and I'm looking around at all these young kids, I'm one of the older dudes there, right? So I'm 46 years old, and I'm looking at all these young kids, and I see some of them holding their teddy bears, and I see them holding their security blankets. I'm going,
You're like, uh-oh.
what the hell is going on? I mean, it's insane. It's crazy. So yeah, that's to come. That's going to be, I guess, technically when we deep dive into that one, that'll be talking about the YouTube video, which will be, I guess, technically episode 0 that's coming.
It's just I feel like maybe it's the generational things right now, and I'm not saying because I'm like in that generational gap, so it's not like
You're younger than me.
like,
I can tell you that.
yeah. Well, I'm just saying like I guess it's a generational thing to the respect that like I mean a lot of people who probably saw the ad, right?
They were thinking it was something that it was not, is what they were thinking.
Yeah. It's just and yeah, it sucks. I guess getting eliminated. Obviously, I got what's up. I got the one thing I was like, that made it pretty worth it. Is I got Carl. I got flipped off by Carl. It wasn't supposed to happen, but it was epic. It's because I was talking to Nolan, and I was talking to Chandler.
Okay.
Not Chandler. Chandler wasn't there. Or Chandler was there? I always get their names mixed up. The tall one. Chandler, right?
Yeah, Chandler. Yeah. I had to think about that.
Chandler. So yeah, I was talking to Nolan and I was talking to Chandler, and then we look up to like with the big things that were there, right? That you could stand on.
Yeah.
Anyway, and Nolan's like, I was like, oh yes, it was hilarious.
Let me tell you, out of I know this much about those guys, right? And I learned a lot about those guys being there. And I not that I don't like the other guys, but I have a high respect for Carl. I think Carl's actually a pretty decent dude.
I love Carl. He's so funny.
I mean, he just I think he's genuine when it comes to anything. I think he's the most genuine when it comes out of all of them. So
yeah, I feel like I don't know them personally, but I feel like from like an outside perspective, he's the least introverted. So then he's way more like willing to put himself out there, I guess.
Right.
And he's just like pretty chill. Like I asked him where he got his shoes. I mean, and all of those guys are pretty well off, right? They're probably not like as rich as Jimmy, but like they're pretty well off and they do good for themselves.
I mean, I'm sure they get paid a salary, I'm sure, and then they also get and then when they have their own things going. I mean, Chandler's got his own his TikTok is all about religious stuff, which honestly that's kind of refreshing with all the crap that's on TikTok in general anyway. But where do you live again?
Utah.
Okay,
Utah.
my son, he called me. He's like, "You at EOS?"
Yeah, I'm at EOS. I'm at EOS right now.
Oh, so he's.
I go to EOS.
I wonder where he's at. I wonder if so if you're at EOS and he's there, you may see him. He's a road.
Yeah, Utah.
Yeah, we live in Utah.
Is he in Utah too?
Yeah.
Oh, you got. I totally forgot that.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
We're in Utah right now till we're actually waiting till he graduates from high school and. I'm here too, but yeah, once he graduates, then we're moving. So we that's one thing we promised him we would not move him out of high school. So which is good because he'll graduate from high school, and then our youngest son will start high school in Tennessee. So yeah,
that happened. My mom's family they moved to Germany. In the middle of like some of my uncles during high school, and my uncle was not very happy about it.
Which EOS are you at?
I'm in the one in Orem.
Orem, okay, yeah, he's probably he's there, but he's probably at the one up in South Jordan or whatever. So
South Jordan.
Yeah. I was just trying to see if you would see him or not.
I mean, it's cool.
Yeah. No,
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm just the one in Orem.
He's not there. He's like, okay. He'd probably sit there and ask you all the questions that my kids went through with me when it came to what we just did.
Yeah, so. But I mean, I hear a lot of people are signing up for the Squid Game. The Squid Game.
I signed up for Squid Games in Vegas.
In Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because the thing is that I think would be interesting about Squid Games is because Squid Games is all physical, right? Or it's all like more physical than team challenge.
Yeah, it would be way more physical than what Beast Games was. But I will tell you, the only thing you'll have to do if you get accepted, now you'll just have to email like the Beast Game people and say, hey, I was accepted to be on this such and such show. Can I have permission to do it? Because technically, they have based on the NDA and the contract, they own you. lack of a better word. They yeah.
Okay.
It won't be a problem. I mean, you just tell them, hey, this was when I was eliminated. This is what's going on. Obviously, not going to talk about this until everything airs. And once everything airs, then obviously I'll talk a little bit about it. But like for me, we're going to do a podcast per episode. So we'll have an episode 0, which is the YouTube show. Then we'll have. I was in. Oh, hey, I forgot that does that. But we'll have episode 0, and then, which will be my episode 1, and then we'll have. I was in 4 episodes for sure, so I can talk about 4 episodes of what we did, and then I've got like so far like 35 different people that want to talk about everything all the way up through, which is kind of cool. So I hope you're going to be one of these people because I want to.
Oh yeah, I'll do it. I mean, I was only on like I guess the 2 episodes then, because. Well, not counting. So like 3 episodes counting Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas is episode 0, obviously. But then you got Vegas. So technically, I was in 5 counting Vegas. But yeah. So, but now I don't know how much screen time I'm going to get. That's
that's the one thing.
Starting with 2,000 people.
I mean, if you look at like I always just compared it to like the big cooking shows, right? Like when they have big people, they always just focus in on the people that are going to end up being on the end, right? Yeah. So I'm assuming it's going to be like that, obviously, but
it will be. But they're also going to have little side shoots, and then of course they've got I can't remember how many hours of content they have. I mean, you figured they had in the first like the first part of it, they had the GoPros on everybody, so everybody had a GoPro. That was creating content on top of content. So they literally can drop so much. They could be dropping content, whether it's online content or the actual videos there's going to be for years. I mean, they could do this forever, is what they could do.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy.
That's true. Because like they could even do flashbacks. That's crazy. Wait. Yeah, I think we're gonna do arms today.
So I'm keeping you from your gym day.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm gonna head out. But you were on the Hope You Can Catch, right? Hope You Can Catch, like the little riddle.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Hope You Can. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That part was crazy. But yeah, I just can't wait for that episode.
I had to wait for my whole brain to compute. Like, okay, go back. See, I've got a list of all the things that were done, and I've got to go through it, and we're going to pinpoint everything. It's going to be the podcast. Honestly, I'm hoping to get enough people that it'll be kind of like we'll have so much banter going back and forth because it's different perspectives. I mean, your perspective is going to be different than mine. I'm coming in as an old dude going, oh my gosh, what the heck is happening with this stuff? And then of course we had, I should have, did you meet, Beth? She was the older lady. Yeah. She was 71 years old.
I think so.
Okay. So
Beth, I would have to write, I'm terrible with names. So I'd have to.
She's literally, she was also in, a couple other, Mr. Beast videos, but yeah, she's going to be on the podcast. So again, we're going to have her perspective of things. So, which is kind of cool, but yeah, it'll be interesting. So.
That's gonna be epic. Yeah, hit me up. I'm willing to do it.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be epic. And I could even get my brother. Probably my brother would love to do it.
Oh yeah, let's get you. Well, that'd be cool because then we have the brother dynamic of what you saw versus what he saw too.
Yeah,
and
we could also try and get because Kareem. I don't know if you met Kareem, but Kareem and his brother, they were both on it as well. And then we have the 2 twins.
That's right.
Yeah, it'd be epic.
Okay, well, reach out to everybody. I'll drop a link in my profile on Instagram, and I'm collecting names. I can't remember how many I'm up to right now, but names and information of everybody that wants to be part of those podcasts. I'll drop that in there so you guys can go check it out. Obviously, it'll be open to everybody, but I can filter out easily who's not actually in the games because the way this question. But yeah, go fill that sucker out and let's get you on there anyway. So.
Yeah, bet. I'll do it.
Well, go enjoy your gym workout. Thanks for jumping on here. And I'm trying to
no problem.
I'm trying to do this more and more. It's kind of this is a new thing for me. I don't really do a live thing, but I have a couple of companies that want me to do live. So I'm like, okay, I'll do lives or whatever. Let's throw some lives and we'll broadcast this everywhere too. So.
Epic. Well, yeah, just hit me up and then I'll make sure to spread the word and then find that link as well.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. You have a good workout.
Thanks. See you around.
We'll see you.
Oh,
balloons.
Bye-bye.
See you. See if I can turn this. There we go. Man, you know, again, that's not what I wanted to talk about, but it works out. I don't care. I mean, again, I'll talk about anything. That was kind of a cryptid way to discuss something that we did the past few months. You know, I have been open. Obviously, people know that I was on the Beast Games, but I will not talk about what happened on the Beast Games. I know that that's a big no-no right now, but that's fine. I mean, I don't mind discussing things. But yeah, anyone else that wants to jump on here, let's go in here. Let's talk about some stuff. Let's answer some questions. Let's got any questions about life, marriage, relationships. I'd love to have you on here. We're going to do this for probably a few more minutes and then see what happens. So yeah, let me jump and found something that was interesting. Don't do that. I don't know why it does that. I bumped something on my computer. Everything in the news these days is always about politics. I don't know why. I guess that politics is what keeps us divided. But oh yeah, Mr. James Earl Jones died. Today? 93 years old. For those that don't know, James Earl Jones was Mr. Mufasa. But those of you out there that are like me, you know him as Darth Vader. So, Mr. Jones, rest in peace. You will be definitely missed. Let me go grab. It's funny, my kid gets on here and it's like, hey, you're at this gym, because he's at the gym. Need to figure out, I guess some people cannot hear that. I need to figure out why. But anyway. It is almost 11 o'clock, so I may try this again tomorrow. We'll see what happens. We'll figure out another person to talk to or two, and go that route. So I think we're going to close it out for the night. Got one good call. Got to come in. Talked about some stuff that we're not supposed to talk about, but we did anyway. Anyway, I hope all you guys are doing well. As always, go follow, like, and subscribe. As always, as all the young kids say. Hope you are able to achieve your goals. And if Shannon was here, she'd tell you bye-bye. But again, appreciate it. Love every one of you guys. Thank you for being part of this, and we will talk to you guys later.